All right, good evening, everyone. It's 7 p.m., May 14th, 2026. I'd like to welcome everyone in the room and those who are participating online as I call to order this meeting of the Bellbrook-Sugarcreek Board of Education for the purpose of conducting the school district's business. We value everyone's input and have made sure to dedicate a portion of this meeting to hear from you. In case you missed it, there's a sign-in sheet right up there by the front door for anybody wishing to speak tonight. You can register there. And we look forward to your comments during that time as it's indicated on our agenda. So Mr. Godwin, please call the roll.
Mrs. Anderson?
Here.
Mrs. Dawn?
Here.
Mr. Kinsey?
Present.
Mr. Price? Here. Dr. Pryor?
Present.
Five present.
All right, we have a quorum. If you're able, will you please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? All right, Mr. Godwin, whenever you're ready, tonight's treasurer's report, please.
My first recommendation is approval of minutes for April 9, 2026.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Dr. Pryor, seconded by Mrs. Anderson. Anybody have any questions or corrections? Please call the roll.
Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mrs. Dawn?
Yes.
Mr. Kinsey?
Yes.
Mr. Price?
Yes.
Dr. Pryor?
Yes.
5 yeses. My second recommendation is approval of April 23rd, 2026 board minutes.
So moved. Second.
Dr. Pryor, then Mrs. Anderson. Questions, corrections? Please call the roll.
Mrs. Dawn?
Yes.
Mr. Kinsey?
Yes.
Mr. Price?
Abstain. I was absent.
Dr. Pryor?
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
4 yes, 1 abstain. My third recommendation is approval of treasurer's report for the month of April 2026.
So moved. Second.
Mrs. Dorn, then Mrs. Anderson.
So at this time, 83.3% of the fiscal year is over. We only have 2 months left. If you look at our revenues, we have more in revenues than where we should be at this time, but that's because we have collected 100% of the property taxes. So by year end, it should be close to zero. We are just a bit under on our property tax collections for this year, and that could be delinquencies and some timing issues where we'll collect more in August than we collected in February. Expenditure-wise, we are less than where we should be, where we want to be. That means we won't go over our budget. That's where we want to be.
Questions, comments?
How much does delinquency factor in? Is that I assume it's persistent, right? It's not just every now and then. I assume there's some percentage that just never comes in because of that issue.
There's always some delinquencies. I'll say we get about 99% of the taxes. There's about 1% delinquencies. Last year we had a big one. It was like $1 million. We got extra delinquencies
Really?
last February, but that's like not normal.
Okay.
All right, the treasurer's report was moved by Mrs. Dorn, seconded by Mrs. Anderson. Please call the vote.
Mr. Kinsey,
Yes.
Mr. Price,
Yes.
Dr. Pryor,
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes.
Mrs. Dawn.
Yes.
5 yeses. My next recommendation is approval of 2 then and now certificates.
Move. Second.
Mrs. Dorn, then Mrs. Anderson.
So there were 2 then and now. One's for Bellbrook Music Booster for $15,861.62. This is for our winter guard programs. The music boosters paid 100% of the cost, and this is our share of the cost. The second one is for Kenworth of Dayton. This is for school bus repair. One of our buses was involved in an accident last month. So the bus got repaired. This is the bill we had to pay. We thought the insurance would directly pay Kenworth, but that didn't happen. They sent us a check, so now we have to mail them a check.
Please call the vote.
Mr. Price,
Yes.
Dr. Pryor,
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes.
Mrs. Dawn,
Yes.
Mr. Kinley.
Yes.
5 yeses.
Anything else?
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anybody have any correspondence you want to share for the good of the board?
No.
All right. We can move into some good news. A lot of years of hard work went into some of our good news tonight. Some cases it's 12, 13 years of hard work. Some cases it's more than 30 years of hard work, but we appreciate everybody being here. And first, we would very much like to honor this year's salutatorian for the class of 2026, Katie Pryor.
Yeah, I'd like to thank God for this blessing and both of my parents for all of their hard work and support, and all of my teachers. I've had a great experience here.
And this year's valedictorian for the class of 2026, Roshan Patel.
I'm very honored for this award. I have to thank, obviously, my parents, my mom and dad, and the tremendous faculty and staff here at Bellbrook for giving me all these opportunities and letting all these possibilities happen for me. So thank you.
And some bittersweet recognition of some staff members that have been with us a long time and well-earned your retirement. Got a few notes here. So for 33 years of service, starting as an intervention specialist at Sugarcreek Elementary, then moving to elementary classroom teacher at Bell Creek, being at BCI, and Stephen Bell is our STEM teacher. It's been rapid. Thank you so much for all
Just thank you to the board and everybody for letting me be here for so long. So I started here 1 month after I finished college and just decided never to leave. I loved it so much, so thank you.
Up next, for 30 years of service as a voting secretary and a special needs assistant, Sherry Frost.
We moved to Bellbrook 40 years ago and never thought about moving anywhere else. And I was asked to sub one day. They asked if I would sub in the building, and I'm like, sure. 30 years later, here I am. So I appreciate all the opportunities, and this has been an amazing place to work. And it's just a great school. Thanks.
I have to say, on a personal note, one of my kids' absolute favorite teachers. For 36 years of service at Sugarcreek Elementary, Bell Creek Elementary, classroom teacher, currently in 4th grade, Patty Williams.
So, just wanted to say, 36, that's a long time. And it doesn't feel like a long time. It's like, it doesn't seem like it's possible. And I was thinking back, my first year of teaching was down in Sugar Creek. And I was in the downtown, in the basement, no air conditioning. It opened the windows, the kids all fought over who got to sit closest to the fan. Communication was through writing notes or calling, no technology. So it's changed a lot. The world's changed a lot, teaching changed a lot, but the kids haven't. So that is what is so great. The beginning of the school year is the same. The kids come in excited. They want to see their friends. They want to meet their teacher. And that is what makes teaching so wonderful. I love teaching. I always think about, it's like being a parent. You can have good days, bad days. You you never stop loving your kids. Good days, bad days, every day is different, but I never stop loving to teach. So thank you for a wonderful career, 36 years. It's been great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
24 years as an elementary music teacher at Bell Creek, Julie Wilmot.
Patty said all the words. My husband's retiring too, and we're looking forward to going to the bathroom whenever we want. And just grateful to the staff and good friends along the way, and students that we have all loved, many, many, many students through our classrooms. I'm proud to retire from them.
And we did have two folks who couldn't be with us tonight, but we do want to give them a round of applause and thank them for their service. Lisa Lichtenberg and Michael Wisher. Thank you very much. If anybody has anywhere they need to be, no hard feelings. Understand if you want to take off while we do the rest of our business. But really appreciate you coming.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate
Extra
it.
credit for seniors, right? So,
Thank you.
that's right.
Thank you.
Take care.
Only the hardcore remain.
All right, so we do not have any reports to the board for tonight, so we'll move into our public comment time. If anybody's signed up, somebody wouldn't mind checking. Nobody signed up? All right. All right, if nobody's signed up, we will close public comment time for tonight. And move into the superintendent's report.
Okay. Thank you very much. So again, a consent agenda. This is A, B, C, and D. So A, certificated license, employment, resignation, leave of absence, supplemental duty, pupil activity, and then B, administrative and central office employment, resignation, leave of absence, and then C, support staff employment, resignation, leave of absence, and then D, substitute employment.
So moved.
Second?
All right, Mrs. Dorn, then Mrs. Anderson.
So again, quite a big agenda, as is normal during the May meeting here. So employment contracts are on here, resignation, some extended days, stipends, non-renewals that we do of our pupil activity folks that are not because of performance, just because we non-renew those folks every year. And also pupil activity contracts for next school year already, so getting ready for fall, and then substitutes.
Anybody have any questions? All right, it's been moved and seconded. Please call the vote.
Dr. Pryor,
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes.
Mrs. Dawn,
Yes.
Mr. Kinsey,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes.
5 yeses.
All right, thank you. 8A, Board Policy Revision, 5,200 attendance. So recommend approval of revisions to Board Policy 5,200 attendance.
So moved.
Second?
Mrs. Dorn, then Mrs. Anderson.
Again, so this was kind of a leftover from the previous times that we approved all of our other particular policies, and we just wanted to dig a little deeper on this, make sure that they were aligned with the handbooks and so forth.
It's still, a little worded a little different than the handbook about whether you can call versus writing a note. Do we care? I mean,
As long as they contact
yeah,
the school,
right.
we're fine.
And we know that. I
Yep.
didn't know if we need to worry if that says it exactly or if it's fine. I don't
Where is
really
that
care.
at?
The first, the third paragraph, the big green section that just says, you know, a written or emailed explanation from the parent or adult for every absence, you know, and of course calling or, you know, contacting other ways like Parent Square is fine. I don't know if that board policy needs to specify that, you know.
Right, it does say phone in there also, in the next sentence,
Yeah, while you may notify
Right.
the school by phone.
phone
Yeah.
and not, no does
So,
not.
I mean, if that's
Yeah.
fine,
I think it's wordy, but.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's fine, I mean, it's
Yeah, I mean, as
contact,
long-
written,
right.
phone, yeah,
The handbook's
email.
very clear on it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to have to start writing notes. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
no.
All right, it was moved by Mrs. Dorn, seconded by Mrs. Anderson. Please call the roll.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes.
Mrs. Dawn,
Yes.
Mr. Kinsey,
Yes.
Mr. Price,
Yes.
Dr. Pryor.
Yes.
5 yeses.
High school credit recovery, recommend approval of the 2026 summer credit recovery program at Bellbrook High School, May 27th through June 19th. Cost is $100 for half a credit, $200 for one credit. And instructor, Jan Tapia at $25 an hour.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Pryor, then Mrs. Dorn.
Again, this is pretty typical that we've had at summertime for quite a long time.
Please call the roll.
Mrs. Dawn,
Yes.
Mr. Kinsey,
Yes.
Mr. Price,
Yes.
Dr. Pryor,
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson.
Yes.
5 yeses.
High school course of study revision, recommend approval to amend number 2611 on January 8th, 2026, adding information regarding high school social studies elective courses and then also Latin honors.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Pryor, then Mrs. Anderson.
Again, so the Latin honors is to correspond with what is in the handbook, and then also adding, psychology was already a class, we're just adding it as a CCP option, so there really wasn't any other changes, it's an option for CCP.
So this little document you gave us, the first half is what was there that we're getting rid of, and the second section about the Latin honors is what's going in? Is that what I'm
Correct,
looking at? Okay.
correct, I'm sorry, yes. So
Yeah,
the
just
first
make-
part is getting rid of, the second part is what is coming in,
Okay.
yes.
Everybody good? Please call the vote.
Mr. Kinsey,
Yes.
Mr. Price,
Yes.
Dr. Pryor,
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes.
Mrs. Dawn.
Yes.
5 yeses.
All right, 2026 Summer Youth Camp, recommend approval of the following 2026 Summer Youth Camps: Theater Summer Youth Camp, Theater Summer Youth Camp, grades K to 6.
So moved. Second.
Mrs. Dorn, then Mrs. Anderson.
Have we ever had a theater summer youth
I don't think
camp?
we've ever had a theater
it's the
summer.
I
first
think
one.
this is
First
awesome.
one.
That
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
wonderful.
So, sounds fun.
Yeah.
I bet it will be very well attended.
Yeah.
Yep.
That sounds great.
All right, call the vote.
Mr. Price,
Yes.
Dr. Pryor,
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes.
Mrs. Dawn,
Yes.
Mr. Kinsey.
Yes.
5 yeses.
Out-of-state travel and athletic overnight, recommend approval of the following out-of-state travel and athletic department overnight: high school boys basketball, June 12th through the 14th, and June 26th through the 28th.
So moved. Second.
Sorry, Mrs. Dorn, then Mrs. Anderson.
Yep, and I'm sorry, there's also
Yeah.
girls on there, I'm sorry, June
So-
5th to 6th and June 19th to 20th.
So this motion would be for the boys
And the girls,
girls.
sorry.
games.
Yep, it was on another page, sorry about that.
All right, call the roll.
Dr. Pryor,
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes.
Mrs. Dawn,
Yes.
Mr. Kinsey,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes.
5 yeses.
All right, district handbooks, recommend approval of revisions to the student parent handbooks, grades K to 12, athletic department handbook, and coaches handbook for the 2026-2027 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Pryor, then Mrs. Anderson.
So just some clarifying things. The file that says 2026-2027 handbook changes were the changes that were made after last board meeting, And so just to kind of highlight those changes, but then those changes were also put into the handbooks for BCI, the middle school, and the high school. And so those are all second reads. Since there are only a few changes in the coach's handbook and the athletic handbook, I'd like to also recommend approval if the board so chooses for those tonight to be approved.
Okay.
Comments?
They look good. I appreciate the hard work you did changing little things over the last 2 weeks.
Yep, you're welcome. And there also is, I'm sorry, a PE waiver option that is in the public content here that also is a part of the motion. That just delineated JROTC for 2 school years rather than 2 seasons.
Please call the
Appreciate
vote.
everybody's input. Yep. Sorry.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes.
Mrs. Dawn,
Yes.
Mr. Kinsey,
Yes.
Mr. Price,
Yes.
Dr. Pryor.
Yes.
5 yeses.
All right, food service amendment. So recommend approval of 2026-2027 amendment to the current 5-year contract with Sodexo Services to provide lunchroom services.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Pryor, then Mrs. Anderson.
Again, this is something we yearly do to update, there's updated costs on there. There is a small increase in lunch prices. I believe it was a dime or so. So still very affordable lunches. Yep, they went up 10 cents to the $3.85 at the middle and high school, which is really good for a lunch still.
Please call the roll.
Mrs. Dawn,
Yes.
Mr. Kinsey,
Yes.
Mr. Price,
Yes.
Dr. Pryor,
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson.
Yes.
5 yeses.
H, school calendar for the 2027-2028 school year. Recommend approval of the district-wide school calendar for the 2027-2028 school year.
Moved. Second.
Mrs. Dorn, then Mrs. Anderson.
Again, this was on the last board meeting as a first, or a couple board meetings ago as a first read, and so this is a second read and final approval. Again, pretty much following the same routine or the same structure as our past school calendars for the past few years.
I think it's the best one because we have the Monday off after Easter so people can go out of town. Keep doing that somehow.
All right, second look at it, so please call the vote.
Mr. Kinsey,
Yes.
Mr. Price,
Yes.
Dr. Pryor,
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes.
Mrs. Dawn.
Yes.
5 yeses.
Recommend acceptance of donation with gratitude to the Bellbrook Sugar Maple Festival Committee in the amount of $2,000 to pay off student lunch debts at Stephen Bell Elementary and Bell Creek Intermediate for the 2025-2026 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Pryor, then Mrs. Anderson.
Again, a huge thank you to that committee for paying off some student debts for
That's
lunch. Yeah,
That's really
very nice.
wonderful.
Incredibly generous, and
Yep.
what they do with scholarships for their ambassador program, like Sugar Maples, just
Yep.
great people.
Very nice.
It's neat.
All right, please call the vote to accept with gratitude.
Mr. Price,
Yes, thank you.
Dr. Pryor,
Yes, thank you.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes, thanks.
Mrs. Dawn,
Yes.
Mr. Kinsey.
Yes.
All right, next items for discussion information. Graduation class of 2026, May 16th, 2026 at 1 p.m. at Holmes Field, Bellbrook High School. It's going to be a bright, sunny day. So we've had a lot of good luck, and I think we're going to continue that good luck, right, if we talk positively. So it ought to be a nice day, nice ceremony.
And just in case
So.
not, then what? I'll be
And bring your
flexing.
umbrellas.
We may move, Mr. Hand, we may move it back a little bit depending on the weather that day.
Cut the number of tickets in half, basically. Simplify the ceremony a little bit. That's worst case scenario.
Positive thoughts. That's it.
All right. Anybody have anything else?
I have a couple quick comments here. Recently we had our Teacher Appreciation Week, and, all of us took our expressions of gratitude toward the schools and all. And I have to say that I got a lot out of it. Just the time I spent there with the staff and be able to interact with them, it was really rewarding for me and I really relish that, being able to connect with our school system, with our students, with our teachers, and it reminds us of what we do and why we do it. It's so easy here to get caught up on the board with, budgets and legal issues or school calendars or whatever, that it's easy to forget what we do and why we do it. So I really relish that hour or so I spent there dropping off the breakfast that day. I had a really good discussion with Ms. Sanderman, who was picked for the Fulbright scholarship thing, went to Senegal for 2 weeks, and so I talked to her for probably 30 minutes about her experience over there. And I just found that Audra, sorry, you got to do the order and I got to have the fun, dropping it off. But it was a real enjoyable time. Also, over the last couple weeks, I visited the high school. I went to Tess Rivero's math class, and she welcomed me graciously in to come and I watched that and participate, not really, but it was reminded of math I had way back when. It was really a treasure. This morning I went to Mr. Reinhardt's class and watched them mess around with some things that would be swimming around in your lake or pond if you have it. And they were going to see if it would get drunk or not, or get hyperactive with adrenaline. And these little squiggly worms, they were really cool.
They were getting worms drunk.
Yeah, they were really. I forget what they were called. Some kind of weird.
I feel like there must have been more to that lesson.
No, not really. They put a little drop of alcohol on it and measure the heart rate. So that was fun. So yeah, I just enjoy engaging with the school, being out there. I mean, talking to the staff, students, and whatnot. And it's really it's a reminder. The other reminder I had, remember we've discussed and supported, thankfully, our transportation department with our new buses to include camera systems. And this morning I got to see the benefit of it. As I'm sitting there at Cable's Mill, somebody blatantly ran. I saw it happen. Blatantly went around the bus, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. As I'm parked right in front of the bus. But I think we probably got their license plate number, and if they're watching this well-televised program, they might want to be watching their front door for somebody showing up to have a little discussion with them. But I was really quite aghast that happened. I mean, it was just as blatant as it could be, just like it was somebody just with a parked car on the street versus a school bus with flashing lights and a stop sign out. So, yeah, it was quite a moment. So yeah, it's a lot of good things going on here. Really appreciate it. Love being able to participate in it. My plan is hopefully next week. I don't know. We'll see. Jump on a school bus and ride around a little bit and see what's going on with that. And but yeah, as much as you can, try to engage. I know all of us are working or really occupied, but as we have time, again, I think it's just just refreshing to be reminded why we do what we do, not just at board level, but for our teachers and everyone else. And so it's much appreciated. And that's pretty much it. So.
Yeah. Well, I attended the senior award ceremony yesterday, and that we really got to see results there. We have so many outstanding, amazing seniors who've accomplished so much. It's really amazing, and there's not a best one. There's 25 amazing. They're just so many. It's ridiculous how qualified and brilliant and how much they've accomplished already. So they're going to do great things, this whole class.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff.
Yeah.
Something you want to say?
Oh, you did. I apologize. They did ask for time. I forgot to put it on the agenda. Sorry. Yep.
Go ahead. We'll give you the floor.
Yep. Sorry.
Whatever you want to do.
I apologize. We had talked to each other in the parking lot, and
Thank you so much.
sorry.
That's okay.
Love it. Thank you for the moments. It's only going to take a moment. If I can find it. What you doing? So, I didn't put together a whole big, that's why I didn't share it this time. It's just bullet points for me. So, thank you to each of you for your leadership. Honestly, you guys do a tremendous job, and I know that it's very challenging for you to navigate a lot that goes on in this community, and really into the home stretch, I have a couple of building reports. So Stephen Bell, kindergarten is celebrating their end of the year achievement today and tomorrow. First grade enjoyed rotating classes this week, which seems exciting for a first grader, I'm sure. Second grade had a luau send-off with amazing, as I was told, family attendance. So a lot of people showed up. That's fantastic for them. BCI is enjoying their end of the year beach bash and kickball tournament, as well as walks to the dairy shed, which I know when I'm driving down the road, I love to watch those kids. They just have a blast, right? Many of the 8th graders are in Washington, D.C., but students are excited about the varied end of the year activities. At BHS, we're in the midst of the second week of AP testing. We're administering 15 tests this year. It says 16 up there. No one took music theory this year, so there's only 15. The BHS JROTC and HOSA programs were recognized with several awards and competitions. The annual International Night for BHS students took place this week with 13 countries represented. They were celebrating community and culture. There was actually renewed interest in the Kings Island trip this year. Attendance had been down for the last several years. There were approximately 90 students that went today, but it was rather chilly from what I understand. So, but they had a great time, I'm sure. And all of the buildings are glad that end of the year testing is cool outside of the AP. That was expressed by everyone. The only thing that we are going to talk about real quick is just a couple of things. As we move into the summer, the SEA is hopeful that the board and administration will consider enacting some policies to reduce the structural impacts of the state-mandated CCP program at Bellbrook High School. And these are just things that we've noticed that are going on. So according to the General Assembly, the benefits of CCP are rather narrow, identifying the reduction in time and money needed to earn a college degree. Well, the only negative that they really talk about is the consequences of not passing the class. So they really only focus on the benefits and consequences to the individual. They don't really talk about anything about the school district or anything along those lines. So what is not mentioned are the impacts of CCP on school districts. This upcoming school year, there are approximately 240 Bellbrook students who have completed an intent form. That is 1/4 of our entire student body, approximately. And I apologize if I'm off with these statistics at all. That seems like a lot. I know a lot of these kids. It does seem rather high to consider that many students are college ready. But the program is different. You know, when I talk to some people about this, I often say that, and I apologize, but the state has chronically underfunded public schools and public universities for decades. And they are now pitting them against each other. We are competing over students. And that's really what's happening to a large degree. Let's see. I apologize. Well, the state has identified those two major benefits. Students at Bellbrook have identified others, such as a flexible schedule that allows for activities other than school, and in many cases, a less demanding curriculum, like something that's just not quite as enriching as what we do at Bellbrook High School. It is the opinion of the SEA that this is the equivalent of outsourcing the education of Bellbrook students to an inferior option. And that's no offense to those options. Online classes, the model of it really hasn't changed since I took online classes like 20 plus years ago. Like you make a comment, somebody responds to the comment, you respond to somebody's comment. That's pretty much what a lot of them are still doing. At Bellbrook High School, the business department, the humanities, and social sciences are experiencing the biggest impact. CP 11 and American Studies, a sophomore class, have seen a reduction in the number of sections being offered. And that is concerning to the SEA because realistically, where are we headed with this? It could end up losing, and obviously I'm not thinking that we would lose teachers, but through attrition. And it's possible that maybe those departments close. And a lot of it, I think, is due to the fact that many people just don't necessarily see the value. A lot of people are job-oriented. What am I going to do when I grow and get older? And they're not seeing the value in this. And I don't think AI helps. So when we think about AI, people think, oh, I don't need to know how to write. I don't need to know these facts. I can look this stuff up. I don't know how to think. It's going to think more. That's besides the point. That's just a little bit of a tangent there. I apologize. The overall culture of Bellbrook High School, in my opinion, is changing as students are more detached from the school. For example, there are significant numbers of seniors who simply do not attend some events. We have a pep rally, they're kind of there. The other day at the award ceremony, and I was just there for a little while, but there were several students called up who just weren't there. And I think part of that is just because it says here, my goal for CCP English next year is to put in as little time into the class as possible, but still get an A so I can have more time to, and they left off the rest because it probably would have identified that student.
Yeah.
The fact is, a lot of these students are recognizing that it's easier, that it's quicker, and then they can take a shortcut. And I think many of parts of our culture feeding into this idea. And we are just helpful as an SEA because, you know, I'm entering the last, when did I figure it out today? The last sixth of my career. Here we go, the last fifth of my career, sixth of my career. I'm really concerned about going forward. I want social studies, it's an important topic. I mean, what we're seeing realistically is a lot of kids are still taking AP. A lot of kids are still taking the lower level. It's kind of the middle kids that are leaving and taking classes, you know, and a lot of them are things that we offer at Bellbrook. I know of a young lady, I talked to her, I shouldn't have said that, I apologize. I talked to a student the other day. I had their sibling several years ago, and I was looking forward to them being in AP government. And the student said, oh, I don't think I'm going to do that. It's not in my career path. And I thought to myself, you are 15 years old. You know your career path? And then I asked, they told me, well, last summer, and this is a good student, so it's different with this student. They're probably ready for this. They said, last summer I took American history. That's like a 6-week class. And I'm going to do the same thing with government. And to think that this student is going to go forward in their life with that just little bit of education on those two topics disappoints me. And again, we're just hoping that maybe there's something that we can do to kind of like reduce the impact of that if at all possible. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, on that, do you have suggestions? Because
Yeah, what,
you really got my attention here, but
I don't know what we could practically do.
I don't know. What is the ask? I wrote down, try to minimize CCP and APs. And I want to learn more about what those grades are. What's the ask?
I don't know that we are able to really put forward that. I do think one thing that could be, and it's very difficult to make these things happen. I think the flexibility of the schedule has become too attractive to students, sophomores, wanting that opportunity to like be able to be out of the building rather than in the building. And I know that there are some benefits to that, but I just don't know that we need a quarter of our students possibly in that situation. And obviously, there's different situations, and this is the opinion of the SEA. The school board and the administration may have a different opinion, realistically, as to why the policy that we have is good, and all those kind of things. I'm kind of sure that, like in the big picture, it might save the district money, possibly. I mean, there's a lot of money put towards it, but it's possible that putting people in those classes versus paying a teacher, I'm unsure of the economics of that.
I mean, this is the first time I've heard or even considered this. I mean, my own children, I think only one of them, took advantage of those classes. So I don't have much knowledge or whatnot. So I never even considered the impacts of what you're talking about. But I don't know what we can do about it, what we should consider doing about it. You put it on the table. I think it's something that in future discussions, we should look at.
I think to a degree we're dealing with a lot of people that were in the COVID lockdown.
Yeah.
They're used to kind of doing
Right.
that, but they also know that a lot of them struggle with it. And I don't know that many of them, there are some obviously, but I don't know that many of them are really ready. I do know that there are a handful of seniors who did not pass their classes here in the end on the CCP, and they are going to have to do some kind of like maneuvering in order to graduate.
Oh, wow.
And that's always a challenge also. But that's on those students too, so I'm not going to make it like it's anything about our responsibility. So.
Yeah, again, so appreciate it, Mr. Carrera. Some of these are above us. I mean, these are state laws, so, we might have an opinion on it, might like it or dislike it, but, so it's the advocating to our legislators or those kind of things rather than us having to change things, because if they're state law, whether we like it or not, we have to follow it. And so, maybe there's efforts on that too of reaching out to legislators. Again, we've looked at these things. It's an unfunded mandate for us, and we pay, I haven't seen the figure maybe for this year, but over $100,000, I believe, for CCP classes. It's a great deal for parents financially, but it's not a, quote, great deal for us because we're paying college tuition for folks rather than them paying that. But again, a lot of these requirements and things are not policies that the school board is making, but are policies or laws that legislators are making.
Right.
Yeah.
We just didn't know if there was.
Sure.
We are aware of differences in the way that this is like run in different districts.
Okay.
And so that's really kind of more of what we're considering, but I don't know whose decision that will be, and I don't mean to overstep. I'm just concerned. We're concerned as an organization about this going forward and the impact it's going to have on our student body, on our community, and on departments of educators at the high school. I don't think that anyone really wants to see this district turn into a K-8 district. But I mean, is that possibly what we see in the future when more and more students are going that avenue? I don't know.
I think a lot of people, when they hear about CCP and that, and I think until even I had a high school student and realized kind of how it worked, I thought it was once kids get they finish all their high school classes and they've got a little room in their schedule senior year, they can go start taking senior classes. And I think that's probably how a lot of legislators look at it too. Not that, hey, you're really just educating these kids less because now they get to take one government class and have it count for their high school class and their college class.
And that's true.
So,
And when I do this program on a personal level, I really see the benefits to people that, and I'm being a little elitist here, who don't attend a school with quality of Bellbrook. I mean, I think Bellbrook should have fewer students than we have in the past. And I think that really what's causing the increase, again, I apologize, is the policy we have that allows so much flexibility. And I don't know, maybe that's a popular thing with the community and parents, and they like that, but we know as teachers, there are several students who, do not necessarily use every time off to work on school. Like they have other things that are going on. And many students, it's totally appropriate, right? But I just feel like some students, again, are maybe just taking advantage of the system in order to not have to be in school. But again, we also have far fewer disciplinary issues than we used to have. I think to a large degree.
Well, I really appreciate this, and I'd love to know, specifically, send us, what policy you might want changed that you think would be a benefit to see if it's something we can legally change. I mean, I completely agree. My daughter has taken 3 CCP classes, not at Bellbrook, and, she said so many of her friends take a lot, and they're so easy. Some don't have tests, and, she took all our APs instead because one of Notre Dame was one of the schools she was considering. They don't take CCP. I mean, some of the really good schools don't even take CCP. But for some people who just are going to go to, a local college and want to graduate earlier, it's better. But I don't want to see us, we got to offer calculus too. Nobody offers that. I don't even think Beaver Creek offers that. I want our students coming to our classes because we have great teachers and great classes, and Katie has learned so much here. And so, I really see the benefit for her that we're in such a great school and with such great teachers and great classes, and I don't want us not to get to offer those because everyone's taken it at Sinclair, Not that Sinclair's not nice, but,
No, right.
yeah, right.
I do think, again, the online option would be
Right.
And I don't know, there are definitely some that are so high quality.
Yeah.
There was a young man in here that he attends an in-person class at Wright State.
Yeah.
Many times a week, and he talks about that quite
Right.
frequently to me. And that's a bias of mine, right?
Yeah.
I feel like in-person's better because I'm probably an old man. And
Yeah.
in-person was better. But I still feel that there is something to that, and the connection that you have with your fellow students
Right.
and with the teacher.
Yeah.
One thing I frequently tell the kids as they're considering CCP is those teachers don't care about you. You come to me, and we can have a conversation, we talk, and maybe you tell me how you feel, and we move forward, teacher. Those individuals may or may not, it's not that they don't, but they may or may not have, and they're certainly not invested. I mean, some of these people, some of these kids over the years, Mrs. Ross, she didn't say this, but her son was just named principal at King's High School, and my stepson teaches at King's Middle School, and it's just, Mrs. Wellbon, one of her kids, is a teacher also. So, we just have produced a lot of quality people coming out of this district. So, I'm sorry, I went on.
Well, thank you,
We-
and
we
let us
appreciate
know
the
your
comments.
suggestions, what policy and what we could actually maybe do.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Carrera. Yeah, we appreciate the comments. Maybe just a comment for the board. I would say it's a pretty big topic, so I would just say I know maybe it struck a chord a little bit, but I would say something that big, we would want to move very much with prudence, go slow, get community input. I can think of a few pros and cons either way, so I just say let's move slow. If anybody watching, that sounded like maybe a very positive reaction, let's say that we'll move slowly and become fully informed before we would take on anything like that. Fair enough? My 2 cents. All right. All right. At this time, I am making a motion to move to executive session for the purpose of considering the employment, dismissal, and/or discipline of a public employee per RC 121.22 G1, and for the purpose of reviewing details relative to the security arrangements and emergency response protocols for a public body per RC 121.22 G6. Does my motion have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mrs. Dorn. Before we vote, I'll just say this is one of those, well, everybody left anyway, but it's one of those very, very rare times that we do plan to come back after executive session and deliberate and maybe take action. So feel free to stick around if you want. Okay, moved by me, seconded by Mrs. Dorn. Please call the roll to go into executive session.
Dr. Pryor,
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes.
Mrs. Dawn,
Yes.
Mr. Kinsey,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes.
5 yeses.
All right, we are in executive session at 7:48 p.m. We are out of executive session at 8:19 p.m. At this time, I'm going to make a motion to recommend approval of resolution to appoint certain individuals as members of the district's active shooter response team and authorizing those individuals to have access to and possess a deadly weapon or ordinance in a school safety zone. Does my motion have a second?
Second.
I hear Ms. Dorn as a second. So before we vote, I know I say this every time, but just very, very grateful for all the volunteers that step up for this very important one layer of our overall safety system. Time is the most important thing when that worst day comes, when it never does, but in order to save as many folks as possible in the least amount of time, this is just a critical safety factor, safety layer. So thank you so much, not only the school board, but as a dad, for just volunteering in this critical role. So we'll be approving to add names to our list, fourth maybe time we've done this in the last 3 years or so. All right, so I moved and seconded by Mrs. Dorn. Any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes.
Mrs. Dawn,
Yes.
Mr. Kinsey,
Yes.
Mr. Price,
Yes.
Dr. Price.
Yes.
5 yeses.
All right, then at this time, I'm making a motion to adjourn. Does my motion have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mrs. Anderson. Let's call the roll.
Mrs. Dawn,
Yes.
Mr. Kinsey,
Yes.
Mr. Price,
Yes.
Dr. Pryor,
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson.
Yes.
5 yeses.
We are adjourned.